Is the Mind Flayer the true antagonist for Stranger Things Season 5? Yes, I do know that the Duffer Brothers have come out and said that Vecna is the main big bad, but I don't care. I like to theorize, so let's talk about this. But we can kind of see Vecna as the Darth Vader. We have learned that the Stranger Things play, The Lost Shadow, is actually very important to Vecna's story. I made a video on that, so you can go check that if you want a full background on it. He is afraid of entering the cave that Max is currently in from what we saw in Stranger Things 5. The play reveals that the cave that Max is currently in was actually the place that Henry Krill, as a kid, got transported to Dimension X. And this was where he met the Mind Flayer, and the Mind Flayer basically did something to him. We don't know what it was, but it was a very traumatic event, and he came back out after 12 hours, a completely different human being. Now, we also know that the Mind Flayer is a very bad entity, obviously. Whenever it latches onto someone, it brings out the worst traits imaginable. What if, since Henry came back from Dimension X since he was a kid, he's been possessed by the Mind Flayer? And the true main big bad is the Mind Flayer. Yes, we do know Vecna has been implied to be the person that's been doing everything behind the scenes, but what if the Mind Flayer has actually been the one puppeteering Vecna, doing everything this entire time? I've said this so many times now, but Dustin's throwaway line from season 4, he mentions that Vecna is the Mind Flayer's 5-star general.
Demogorgon was just his foot soldier. Vecna's his 5-star general. A 5-star general.
Now, going back to what I was talking about relating to Star Wars, Vecna is Darth Vader in this sense, and the Mind Flayer is Emperor Palpatine. Y'all know how that story ends. Listen, this is just a theory, so don't take this too seriously, unless it actually happens.